Welcome back, everybody. Chris Shima, glad to be with you. Game number 2 here in this doubleheader as the guys play their first ever NAIA game here at home. It's the Montreat Cavaliers and Spartanburg Methodist Pioneers. Pioneers coming in 0-1. It's the season opener for Montreat. For Spartanburg Methodist, they lost Thursday at Columbia College, 78-76. They trailed by as many as 18 in the second half. Tied it at 76 with 8 seconds left to go. Koala's got a putback game winner to beat the Pioneers. Brian Bayon, 29 points on 10 of 18 shooting, 3 of 8 from 3. Bayon also had 4 steals. Kenny Burns, 13 points. Richard Rojas had 10. They were also in double figures. Pioneers were minus 13 on the glass. So here we go, a new season underway for Montreat. A new home season underway for Spartanburg Methodist. And we liked it so much, we did the jump ball twice. Pioneers will control. Chris Shima, glad to be with you. Settle in for what should be an entertaining day of basketball. First time on the home court for Spartanburg Methodist since they were a JUCO program a season ago. And the hop step to the bucket by Rojas gets us on the board. 2-zip, Spartanburg Methodist. Montreat and head coach Anthony Behringer. We'll talk about it at the first time out, but impressive just to be out here. Barnwell down low. He answers right back, so the big guy. Dylan Barnwell averaged 5 points per ball game, 51% shooter, almost 6 rebounds a season ago. He's a sophomore from the area, from Asheville Christian High School. And Westerville, I believe, is where he is from. Hey, AB wants me to talk about him so much, they called a quick timeout already. It's a 30-second timeout by Blake Jackson. First-year head coach Blake Jackson was named the head coach on September 25th, moved to the upstate, and then the power went out. Blake Jackson, I talked to him yesterday. He's an assistant at Kaiser, like Reed Walling on the women's side. Last year, that team reached the NAIA tournament, but Blake Jackson, talking to him, he had literally 2 weeks between actually being able to take the court with his team, getting to know the team, and then their first game on Thursday. Breaking the press this time, Rojas, wide open, Thurman. Caleb Thurman averaged 4.6 points per ball game a season ago at Redlands. A lot of JUCO players. Aiken Shannon and Isaac Gray, who was a redshirt last year, the 2 lone holdovers. That's a man's move right there by A.J. Baskerville, who's one of the freshmen brought in by Coach A.B. Double team, and the press works as Keller flies in for the steal. Logo 3 by Keller is good. Jack Keller. Well, you got to close out wherever he is on the court. 47% from 3 a season ago, 10.8 points per ball game. Keller is, he's got that dagger in him, you know what I'm saying? Into the forecourt on the far side, Aiken Shannon. Kennedy Aiken Shannon with the handoff over to Bayon. Bayon gets around 2 defenders, met by the big guy, banks it, no. That's Burns, my apologies. So Burns misses it, follows his miss, and it's off Montreat and out of bounds. Hey, if you're on the YouTube chat, you do have to subscribe to the channel, but we'd love to hear from you. We're having a little technical issues here in our first broadcast, so I just want to know that you can hear my voice, because I'm not 100% sure that you can. Bucket in the lane, no good. Bayon misses his first. Lamb got the rebound, swings it out. The three is good. Thurman has 5 of the 7. And it looks like, I believe Keller might have gone out of bounds there. He did. Brian Bayon played at Florida College a season ago. He's an NAIA guy through and through. Also played JUCO ball. Thurman feeling good about himself. Not that time. Rebound controlled by Montreat. Stepping into a triple. It's an air ball. Now Burns with the board. We're 3 minutes in. A lot of action here in the early going. Baskerville for Montreat all over Burns, but able to get it into the front court. Deep 3 by Burns. Everybody's feeling a little confident here on October 26th with the deep ones. Manganiello swings it over to Keller with the fake, the trigger, and he's got another one. Jack Keller is 2 of 2. As I mentioned, 47% from 3 a season ago. Thurman swings it out. Now they'll set up the offense. That is poked away by Baskerville, and we have a whistle. First foul of the game is going to go on Montreat. Chris Shima, glad to be with you. I'm at the home studio in downtown Cleveland, Ohio, but I am no stranger to the upstate and western North Carolina. I lived in Greenville for 2 years, in Asheville for 2 years, and in the Carolinas for about 12 years. Aiken Shannon, guarded by Moore. Chris Moore in the game for Anthony Behringer. Bayon trying to put the moves on. Now Thurman, he's got 5 points, swings it out to Burns, and Burns shuffled his feet. So traveling is the call, and the Cavaliers will get it back. This is a Montreat team, 14-15 last year, 11-13 in the Appalachian Athletic Conference, starting the season with a 3-game road trip, and they might be on the road all year as Mays goes to the free throw line. Right now the gym is not in playable condition at Montreat because of the hurricane and all of the devastation that happened in the upstate. So I was talking to Anthony Behringer yesterday. He said, we're trying to piece it together, trying to figure it out, but they're going to Mid-Atlantic Christian in Elizabeth City on Tuesday. Then Friday they'll be at Bob Jones in Greenville. First free throw is good by Jordan Mays. Mays 71% at the line a season ago, or correction, 2 seasons ago. Last year he only played in 2 games. He was injured. But 2 seasons ago, he was ripping it. 15.1 points per ball game, had 42 assists on the year. Good shooter at 43%. 35 steals as well, so a welcomed return for Anthony Behringer. They have a 5-point advantage now. Aiken Shannon into the front court. Rojas. They get it down low to Gregory. And off 1 foot, Jeremy Gregory in the game makes an immediate impact. Jeremy Gregory at Chipola last year. The studs of the JUCO world. And that's a stud block there by Jeremy Gregory. So Blake Jackson inherits quite the roster of JUCO transfers. More on that in a minute. We have a media timeout, 15:33 left to go. We're going to keep it here. And I want to say a couple things, and then I'm not going to drone on about this the whole game. And it's not because I don't want to raise awareness. I just think there's probably a lot of people who are watching this game who just want to watch some basketball and don't want to hear it. But I want to say a couple of things about what has happened to the upstate of South Carolina and to also the Asheville area and western North Carolina in general. And I want to say for Montreat, to even be on the court today, I mean, it's a testament to, well, I've known Anthony Behringer for a dozen years now. I mean, that man is a winner. And I'm not talking about anything basketball related. He's just a winner. He's a winner of a person. I knew him when he was an assistant at Warren Wilson. He was a 4-year head coach there as well, 6 years Correction, 6 years as the head coach at Warren Wilson. But to these players, both Spartanburg Methodist and especially Montreat, to the coaches, to the athletic departments, I mean, I don't want to turn into Bill Walton here, but this is almost a testament to the human spirit. And when I talked to AB yesterday, he said they were in Wofford. Wofford let them go there for a couple of weeks almost. They were in a hotel for 2 nights. They were at a campsite for 2 nights, the Cavaliers. Everything is moving parts at this point for Montreat. And that's going to be contact there. Keller sold the contact, and he's going to go to the line. 2 3-pointers already for Jack Keller, and now he's got 3 free throws coming up. And I said, Coach, when I was talking to AB yesterday, I said, man, talk about adversity. He said, these are inconveniences. When we think about what happened in the Asheville area, a 7-year-old watching his family float away. I have my buddy's fiance is in Greenville, Tennessee, and his buddy had a boat, and he went out to try to rescue some people, and the boat capsized. There are dozens and dozens, if not hundreds, of stories like that. So when we talk about a basketball team not having a court to play on, as far as AB is concerned, that's an inconvenience. That's not a problem. And it seems like a lot of schools are stepping up to the plate. I know Montreat's been practicing at a high school in the area, so they've been able to get some run, but I'm just extremely proud of the way that both of these teams had to handle it. I mean, you look at Blake Jackson, he had 2 weeks to get to know the team. If I quizzed him on the players, would he know all the names at that point? Teasley's in, by the way, for Spartanburg Methodist. He's feeling good. Not that time, though. Keller's got 9, 2 from downtown, and then 3 from the free throw line. It's a 6-point game, 2-on-1. And the block by Mays, but foul will send Spartanburg Methodist to the free throw line. It's Marshall Lamb going to the charity stripe. But let me finish it by saying this. I lived in Asheville for 2 years, and Asheville, North Carolina is the only place that I've ever called home that has felt like home. Even my own hometown, Cleveland, Ohio. When I moved to Asheville, I made connections. It's hard for me to make connections with people. I had no problems there because that's how great those people are. It's Rojas at the free throw line, by the way. My apologies. I had friends, family there instantly in Asheville, and that's always been a struggle for me. And that's the kind of people that live there, though. They welcome you with open arms. And I just want to say that we're all thinking about you. And I'm going to shut up about it, and we're just going to talk about basketball and enjoy basketball from here on out. While I was yakking, by the way, a whole host of substitutions, both teams going up and down, so the next dead ball will let you know, as Rojas in transition scores. So Rojas gets the bucket in transition. Number 3 for Montreat, Zeke Bullington is in the game. The big guy Barnwell's still out there. Looks like Keller's still in the game. Number 5, Moore in the corner, as Keller can't get it to go. So Chris Moore still out there. Rojas gets it down low, and the bank shot by Gregory. Jeremy Gregory's second bucket. He's got 4, and it's a 2-point deficit. Number 1, Xavier Thornton with the turnover. Out on the run, here comes Rojas. Slam dunk. And we got ourselves a tie ball game as Rojas has 6 of the 15 right now for Spartanburg Methodist. Looks like we're going to get another timeout here. We'll keep it here. Talk a little bit about Blake Jackson. Had a chance to talk to him yesterday as well. Great guy, really nice guy. In fact, we had a couple things in common. I lived in Pensacola for a couple of years. And it was around COVID, and that's when Blake Jackson was a JUCO coach at Coastal Alabama. And he was talking about recruiting in Florida. The JUCO basketball in Florida, ask Jeremy Gregory. Ask Blake Jackson. I mean, it is off the hook. It is wild. Ask Calvin Brown, who was at Florida State Jacksonville last year. I believe that's another JUCO. So even though Spartanburg Methodist, the two lone holdovers from the JUCO days, Kennedy Aiken Shannon and Isaac Gray, there have been plenty of JUCO recruits that were originally brought in by Patrick Moynihan, who might be out there watching. He might be spying on his old team, getting ready for his season. Shout out to you, Coach, if you are. Good ball movement here. It's more for three for Montreat, no good. And a whistle underneath. And it looks like it's going against the Cavaliers. So Caleb Thurman was at Redlands. Kenny Burns at Polk State 2 years ago. Terrence Lacey at Harford. Jeremy Gregory at Chipola. He was also a D1 guy. Gregory played at East Tennessee. So he's kind of back a little bit closer to his neck of the woods. Attacking and scoring, bang on, plus the foul. And then you talk about this guy, my man who's about to go to the free throw line, Brian Bayon, who averaged over 10 a game at Florida College last year. Blake Jackson actually tried to recruit him when he was a JUCO player. So I asked, because I was curious, Blake Jackson being at Kaiser, maybe they played Florida College a season ago. So I said, Coach, what do you think about Brian Bayon? And Blake didn't say it in these exact words, but he's glad he's on his team this time because playing against him at the JUCO level was something else, he said. So Bayon is the lone senior on the team. And he, according to Coach Jackson, feeling real motivated. Well, Spartanburg has its first lead now, 18-15. Ball movement here by Montreat. Bullington up top, and he ties the game up. Zeke Bullington played at St. Edward's University, 9 games, 5 points. Did not get a lot of run there. Anthony Behringer brought him in here. Bayon got a screen, 3-ball no good. Rebound by Barnwell. And into the forecourt is Mays. The Hessian attack by Mays, no good. And we got a whistle. That's going against Spartanburg, I believe. If it is, it'll be 4 team fouls on Spartanburg and 4 on Montreat. Jordan Mays, 71% free throw shooter a couple seasons ago when he last played at Montreat. Mays up to 3 points. Montreat back on top. Number 11 is Kenny Burns. Isaac Gray is in the, no, correction. Number 2 is Kelton Teasley. He's in the game. So both free throws are good for Mays. Montreat 20, Spartanburg Methodist 18, 12:36 left to go here in this opening half. I was right, Gray is in there too. So good to see Isaac Gray, who's a redshirt last year, brought in by Patrick Moynihan to help with the transition to becoming a 4-year athletic program. Teasley somehow got around everybody, tried to put the highlight move on, but missed the dunk. Out in transition, here comes the Cavaliers, and guess who? It's Bullington in the corner. So Bullington and Keller combined have 4 3-pointers. Montreat by 5. Gray in the lane. The runner is short. Knew he missed it, stayed with it, and the putback. So Isaac Gray scores, and we got another timeout. Inside 12 minutes left to play here in this opening half. Up and down we go here in the season opener and home opener. my name is Chris Sheeman, and I'm happy to be with you. This is the home studio. Let me quit shaking this so bad. I got to shut this blind, but there it is, Cleveland, Ohio in all its glory. Everybody say hi to Cleveland. And then this is kind of how the setup works here at the home studio. So everything is done remotely. I'm nowhere near, I lived in the upstate for 2 years, but now I'm here in Ohio, and that's kind of the software and stuff we use. And then here's how I'm watching the game with you guys. So that's the home studio. Eventually you'll meet, I cut it off too soon, but you get the idea. Okay, so anyways, back to live action. It's been helter-skelter today, folks. It's the first game for us, too. I'll show you more of the home studio later. Right now, we got a good game going on. Number 22, A.J. Baskerville back into the game for Montreat. Looks like Pocknet is in. He's got the basketball, number 0. There's a rocket pass that's deflected by Thurman, and then a whistle's going to give it back to Montreat. I think it went behind the backboard then. Okay, so DeAnthony Ross, number 10. Number 11, Burns. Number 23 is Thurman. Gray is still out there. And Teasley. That's the 5 for Blake Jackson's team. I started talking about the 5 for Montreat as Mays misses the 3. So Mays, Bullington. And that goes in and out and then back in somehow. So Bullington has 3 triples. Bullington now with 9. And these guys need to stay still for a minute. Let me set the 5. All right, let's try it again. Baskerville, I mentioned Bullington already. Moore is out there. The big guy, Barnwell. And I'm missing somebody else. Ross was putting the moves on. He will score. Nice moves for DeAnthony Ross, local product from Spartanburg. Gets on the board for the first time. And we have another foul called. So both teams with 4 team fouls. It's a 4-point game. Montreat, 26-22. So Xavier Thornton is going to go to the free throw line. He was at Newberry College last year. 6 games only and 13 points. The junior misses the first free throw short. More shuffling as soon as I set the 5. Come on, guys. It's Jeremy Gregory returning. Rojas is back out there. Bayon is back in. Looks like Teasley stays in, and so does Burns. For Montreat, Keller's back in with 9 points. Manganiello is in. Baskerville's got the offensive rebound. Number 14, Elijah Carson, has come into the game. So ball last touch by Montreat on the rebound attempt. And it'll be Pioneers basketball. I'm not sure what happened there. We didn't see it on the camera, but looked a little goofy. Cavaliers have been in the full court press. Bayon walks it into the front court for the Pioneers. Nearing the midway point of this opening half. Rojas on the left side. Oh, Teasley, bad pass. It's stolen away by Keller, and he shoots the 2 well as well. Keller, first player in the game in double figures. He's got 11. Burns now in the front court. From right of the lane to the cutter, the pop by Lamb. Correction, it's Rojas. I keep doing that. I'm sorry. So Richard, first game for broadcasters, first game for refs, first game for everybody. Thornton into the lane. Thornton, aggressive move, no. Stays with it, then it's ripped away by Teasley. And the throw ahead, but before that, a whistle. Fouls on Spartanburg Methodist. Bayon picks up the foul. Keller to inbound. Trying to get it back to him. They got Burns on Keller right now. Baskerville for 3. Front rimmed it. So Gregory the rebound. In full court pass was intercepted, recovered, and laid up and in by Rojas, who's up to 9 points. Rojas makes it a 2-point game with 9:20 left to play until halftime. Manganiello now, RJ Manganiello. Averaged over 6 a game a season ago for Montreat. Keller, baseline by Baskerville, the reverse no good, rebound by Gregory. Bayon in the forecourt, pull up for 3, no good, rebound controlled by Carson. Elijah Carson. Now Montreat with the turnover, numbers for Spartanburg. Burns lays it up and in. Kenny Burns. Polk State couple seasons ago, 5.7 points per ball game. He's a junior. Manganiello on the right side. Keller. Pull and score again for Keller. Wow. Dude's got 14. And Montreat retakes the lead, 31-28. Aiken Shannon pops a 3 from up top, in and out. Rebound by Gregory. Gregory, big man doing big man things. 6 for Gregory, 1-point game. Carson fakes the 3, attacks, and we got a whistle. I thought he was fouled on the way to the bucket, but I think they're going to call that on Spartanburg. All right, we got another timeout. 7:51 left to go in this first half. Barn burner so far at Spartanburg Methodist. We'll be back in just a moment. All right, so I started giving you guys the tour of the studio, and I'm going to bring it back up here. So let's see if we can get this. There we go. I had to shut the blinds. The sun is blazing in, and I can't see anybody's jersey number. You can kind of, doesn't it look like a supernova? First world problems, right? So anyways, this is the home studio. That's the software, and then I got the big screen here. Now, let me readjust for just a second here. Now this right here, this is the troublemaker. She doesn't do well with double headers, but she'll be on the broadcast probably throughout the season. That's Meepy. That's my little kitty cat. And during blowouts, when she starts to feel a little lonely, that cat has separation anxiety like you wouldn't believe. So if it's a blowout game, I'll let her come sit on my lap, and I'll bring her on the broadcast from time to time. But I've never met an animal so desperate for and needy in my life. This cat will not leave me alone. She's pretty good when I'm broadcasting. She kind of knows, like, because I have a certain way that I talk to her. Then I have, Mr. Broadcaster voice that comes out when the microphone goes on. So she knows the difference, and she knows to kind of leave me alone, but only for so long. And we've got a doubleheader today, and that women's game was long. So we'll see. We'll see what the second half has in store. But so far, she's being a good kitty. Anyways, Chris Sheeman back here with you. Did you ever think you'd watch a college basketball game and have a cat on it? What a world here in 2024. So we've got Carson at the line for Montreat. They lead by 1. It's been a pretty competitive game. Neither team, I believe, has led by more than 5 in this game. I want to say it's possible Montreat might have been up by 7 early on. So let me correct that. So 1 out of 2 at the line for Carson. It's a 2-point game. 16 fouls on Spartanburg Methodist. You see them there in your bottom left. Full court press has been on for most of the day for the Cavaliers. Into the front court now, Aiken Shannon. Rojas with 9 points, hands it off to Gray. Top of the key, his pass is intercepted. Active hands defensively. Manganiello, the extra pass. Mays waits, no, and then another late whistle. I actually don't think these whistles are late. I think our audio might be just a little tick behind. But it's going to be more free throws for Montreat. They lead it by 2. Jordan Mays 2 seasons ago over 15 points per ball game. I mentioned that. Jack Keller about 11 a game a season ago. So they've got some punches here. And, Bollington, who's a sophomore, who didn't play a lot at St. Edward's University, well, he's got 9 points all from behind the arc here in this first half. So Anthony Behringer doing a nice job recruiting as well. They have a junior varsity roster as well, AB was telling me. 3-game road trip to start the season for Montreat. The rematch against Spartanburg Methodist is supposed to be the home opener on November 5th. And then they'll go to Kentucky for a couple of games. So not a lot of action at home. And honestly, it's for the best right now, as Montreat really trying to figure everything out after the storms. Over on the far side, it's Burns for the Pioneers. Burns attacks over 2 defenders. Yes, and the foul. What a play. Kenny Burns. So Kenny Burns has 4. Team foul number 5 on the Cavs. I got to know Anthony Behringer. I believe he was still a player when Warren Wilson won the USC AA National Championship. I worked that tournament. It's very much like the NAIA tournament. I don't know if the NAIA tournament is still like this, but it's the kind of thing where you start at 6:30 in the morning, and then you're done at 2:30 the next morning, and then you got to drive back to the hotel, sleep for 2 hours, and start it all over again. It was chaos. I did it for 1 year. That was it. That was enough. But I believe that's where I met AB at first, and it looks like Mays lost that out of bounds. He was looking for a whistle there, but it's just an out-of-bounds play. Clean strip, they say. Manganiello in the corner. They're looking for the big guy, Barnwell. Instead, they get it to Keller. Keller, runner, yes. Keller has 16 of the 36 for Montreat. He looks like one of those kids who's a gym rat. Like he's just in the gym putting up 400 a night. Couple of nice fakes by Burns. Couldn't get the bucket that time. Moore got the rebound. And Manganiello into the front court for Montreat. Here is Mays. Mays contested shot. That was some great defense by Teasley. Got to get the rebound, though. Rebounds were a problem against the Koalas on Thursday. And Barnwell, extra chance opportunity, makes it a 5-point game. Blake Jackson and Anthony Behringer, when I talked to him yesterday, both mentioned that was going to be the key today. Got to rebound the basketball. Aiken Shannon looking down low, the big guy with the deflection, and he happy with himself with the fist pump. Barnwell. Now here comes Keller. No good. Tip up, no. Maybe opportunity. Here's a 3-on-2 for the Pioneers. Burns can't get it to go. And that was an awkward looking fast break there. 3-on-2 quickly evaporated. Then Burns had to force it. 5:27 to go in the half. Attacking in the scoop and score by Mays. So quietly now Montreat has built a 7-point lead. And again, I believe this matches the biggest lead for either team. Rojas swings it out. Catch and shoot three is short by Gregory. Another bucket here. We might see Coach Jackson call for timeout. Two guys ready to come in for the three guys for the Pioneers. Mays driving on Teasley. Lost it. Barnwell was there. Now he gets tied up, and Aiken Shannon had that big guy all up on him. Little tackle play on a football Saturday as we go to another timeout. Some subs coming in. We'll tell you about those when we get back. 4:54 left to go here in the opening half. 7-point lead for Montreat. Okay, there was no timeout there apparently, so we're back to action. Bollington is back in. Thornton for Montreat. The big guy Barnwell stays in. Baskerville and Keller. That's the 5 for the Cavs. Number 12, Casey Duncan is in for Blake Jackson's team. Number 10, DeAnthony Ross. 23, Caleb Thurman. Aiken Shannon still in the game, and Teasley. Spartanburg Methodist, they're going to be at Reinhardt on Tuesday. Then back at home against Warner next Saturday. That's another doubleheader, so start time at 4, but approximate. And then 5 games on the road after that, including the game at Montreat or wherever it's going to be played on November 5th. Next home game after next Saturday won't be until December 2nd against Thomas at 5 p.m. I'll be with you for almost all of the men's games this year. There's 1 or 2 I won't be around for. Duncan off the back iron. Rebound controlled by Moore. Pole. Got another one. Goodness gracious. Jack Keller has 19 points in the half. And the lead grows to 10 for Montreat. And now we do have that timeout. Blake Jackson telling his team to close out on number 12. We'll be back. I don't know, AB. I don't want to accuse my man Anthony Behringer of anything, but I think he's got Dalton Connect out there in disguise, man. Jack Keller, what a freaking half. He's got 19 points. And I believe he has, let's see, well, he had 3 free throws and a 2, so that would be 5. The math doesn't line up, but I think he's got 4 three-pointers. Yeah, because he had a runner, too. Okay. I mean, Jack Keller, the senior, started his career at Judson. Senior from Houston, Texas. Has helped Montreat out to a 10-point lead as we approach 4 minutes left to go. Chris Shima, glad to be back with you. Duncan needs some help trying to get around it. Found Aiken Shannon, found Ross. Ross got bumped, and I believe it's 1-and-1 time. So both teams in the bonus now over the final 4 minutes of this first half. DeAnthony Ross Mentioned he's a local product, but there's a lot of local players on this team. South Carolina, certainly, and then a few players from the upstate and also parts of western North Carolina. Front end of the 1-1 is no good. Moore chases it down, so Montreat trying to build on a 10-point advantage here. Pioneers got to be careful. Close this half out strong. Try to work into this lead. Got to stop this guy, though, Keller, and he's going to get the bucket and the foul. Keller is up to 21 points here in this first half. This is wild. Keller, a season ago, 10.8 points per ball game, 46% from the field, 47% from three. Shot better from three than from overall. Just 58% at the line a season ago. Aiken Shannon out. Gregory is back in for Spartanburg Methodist. Teasley, Burns, Thurman, and Duncan. That's the five right now. Keller can't complete the three-point play. Rebound by Thurman. Pioneers got to find something on the offensive side of things now. Trailing by a dozen. This was a pretty competitive game throughout. Teasley airballed the three. Offensive rebound by Duncan, and then it's out of bounds off Montreat. Duncan looking inbound. Burns down low to Gregory, and Gregory with the big man move yet again. He's got 8 points. Want to see them get him more involved. He's having a great game, flexing his muscles down low. Thornton now left alone. He'll shoot the three. Miscommunication defensively, but Pioneers escape. Teasley on the wing. Here is Gregory. Oh, what a pass. Oh, what a pass to Duncan. Single digits now. It's an 8-point game. And the putback is good by Moore on the reverse. Good answer there for Montreat. Teasley into the forecourt. Hands it off to Burns. Into the circle, Burns. Thurman, Gregory. Thurman cleared some space, fires a three, short. Thurman was hot early with 5 points. He's been quiet since. Here comes Montreat in transition. Awkward angle, Manganiello, but a whistle on the rebound. We'll have to see who they call it on. It wasn't on the rebound. My apologies. It was on the shot. So Manganiello at the free throw line. RJ was 14 out of 14 from the free throw line a season ago. And he stays perfect in his collegiate career. He has not missed in college from the free throw line. Averaged over 6 points per ball game. He's another Houston guy. Elijah Carson into the game for Montreat. And Manganiello still perfect from the free throw line. Lead back to 12 for Montreat. Biggest lead of the game. Burns into the forecourt. Burns puts the moves on. Now here's Gregory from the half circle. No good. Rebound skied for by Carson. Thornton on the wing. Thornton gets a screen on the switch. Gregory on him. Now the pop and the three ball swished in, and Mays has something to say to the bench. He's up to 11. 15-point lead for Montreat. Duncan had it deflected away. It stays with Rojas. You see those buckets go in like this for Montreat. I'm curious to see what they're shooting, but you can see, oh, what an answer by Teasley. Pioneers needed that. Got to get some stops on this end, though. They've given up 52 points in 19 minutes. But what I was going to say is I bet Montreat's over 60% from the field. We'll check this. We'll give you the first half stats at the start of the second half. 3 ball, no good by Carson. Try to get this to single digits now in the last minutes. Burns got tripped. Didn't see it. Ball deflected. Manganiello, here he comes. RJ over to Mays for 3. Yes! Goodness. It's an offensive clinic by the Cavaliers, 55-40. Burns. Burns will pop from the top of the key. No good, but it comes right to Gregory. Gregory reverse no. Gregory put back yes. Gregory in double figures now. He's got 10. Well, lots of things to talk about for Blake Jackson. Closing out on the 3 is going to be paramount in the second half if SMC wants to get back. Now it's a steal by Gregory. Gregory stripped with 3.7. He was fouled as well, so Jeremy Gregory going to go to the free throw line. At Chipola last year, he was 67%. You see how good these Florida JUCOs are. I mean, this is a kid, Jeremy Gregory, who was a D1 recruit, played at East Tennessee, and he did not get a lot of run. He was a bench guy at Chipola. But you see the athleticism, you see the size, you see the talent there. And again, it's a testament to how deep those Florida junior colleges are. So Gregory up to a dozen. The lead is 11, 3.7. Now it's a steal by Teasley. Lays it up, no. That'll do it for the half, but maybe, just maybe, some momentum for Spartanburg Methodist as Montreat takes a 55-44 lead to the locker room. The Cavaliers shooting the lights out. Keller's got 21 points for Montreat. Gregory with 12 for Spartanburg Methodist. We'll give you the full first half numbers here in about 15 minutes as we take our halftime break. We'll be back in just a little while. Don't go too far. Welcome back, everybody. A little defense to offense as we run back the first half highlights for Spartanburg Methodist, although they do trail by 11. That's a Rojas steal and then a slam dunk, and then Ross gets a bucket. Patient offense here for Spartanburg Methodist as the Pioneers were really hanging around early on. The big guy, Gregory, has been a big reason why they were hanging around early. Here's his putback, I should say. And then here's about to be an and one courtesy of Burns. He's got 4 points. More on that here in just a little bit. And then look at this. Back to Gregory for a second here. Come on, the big man. That's a no-look right there. That's a no-look right there. And a bucket there. But Spartanburg allowing Montreat to shoot the lights out. They're not as hot as I thought they were, and I can't believe they're not over 60%. They are shooting 53% in the game, Montreat, 17 of 32. They're 9 of 17 from 3, 12 of 16 from the free throw line. Spartanburg Methodist just 4 of 7 from the free throw line. Hey, Pioneers shooting 49%, but they're just 2 of 12 from 3, and that's really kind of the tale. You've got the difference at the free throw line, and then you've got, well, Spartanburg's making 2, but, Cavaliers are making 3. Leading scorer in the game, Jack Keller, he's got 22, not 21. 4 of 5 from 3, 7 of 9 from the field, 22 points. Jordan Mays with 13 in the game on 3 of 7 shooting. He's perfect, 5 of 5 from the free throw line to go along with 4 rebounds. And that's the leading scorers. 2 players in double figures for Spartanburg Methodist. Jeremy Gregory with 11 on 4 of 7 shooting. He's got 11.7 rebounds, 2 steals. 10 points for Richard Rojas on 5 of 5 from the field, so he's perfect with 3 assists as well. 5 points for Caleb Thurman. 4 points for Casey Duncan. And 4 as well for Kenny Burns. Already told you about that. Brian Bayon, who had 29 against the Koalas of Columbia College on Thursday, just 1 of 4 with 3 points. So they'll try to get him going here in the second half. Kelton Teasley, 1 of 4 as well. He's got a triple for 3 points. 2 points apiece for DeAnthony Ross and Isaac Gray off of the bench. That's the scoring in the first half. So Montreat leads it 55-44. Chris Shima, glad to be back with you here at the home studio. I'll be with you all season long, well, most of the season. And thanks for hanging out with us in our first ever broadcast here on YouTube. Be sure to subscribe and like and blah, blah, blah. And I'm getting yelled at all the time by people who are younger than me because I got like 89 followers on Instagram. So when I put my, the shameless self-promotion stuff that's all about me, if you want to follow me on Instagram or Facebook or whatever, you can. I don't care if you do though or not. All right, Spartanburg Methodist will have the basketball. So we'll see what kind of halftime adjustments that Blake Jackson makes here. Try to close out on the 3. Right now, the full court press has worked a few times for Montreat, and it works to start this second half. And guess who's still hot? Jack Keller is still hot. He's now up to 25 points in the game. Montreat led by as many as 15 points in that first half. They're up by 14 now to start the second. And if you're Blake Jackson, those are the little pet peevey things. Coming out of the locker room, turning the ball over, and allowing a 3 after those were 2 topics of conversation. Thurman answers back with a triple. So Thurman has 8. Caleb Thurman played at Redlands last year. He was just 25% from 3. Looking good with that stroke, though. Got to get stops on this end. Nice defense there by Bayon, but activity around him. He recovers to get the rebound. Into the forecourt. Thurman thought about it. Thurman started the game hot, got quiet. Now they go to him again here early in this second half. Bayon attacks. He got tied up. It's a jump ball or a foul. It looked like a jump ball to me, but they called a foul. Should we pick on the officials here early on? Let's pick on the officials here in game number 1. Why not? Yeah, I don't know. That looks like all ball to me, but Hey, my check says Spartanburg Methodist, so good call, ref. And it is Brian Bayon at the free throw line. At Florida College last year, I mentioned he averaged over 10 a game. 75% free throw shooter on the season. He was also 38% from three, so we've seen him attacking a lot here today, but he's got game from downtown as well. Can make it single digits here early in this second half. So Bayon up to 4 points here today. Pioneers' road does not get any easier. They take on Reinhardt Tuesday at 7. We'll see you on Saturday again next weekend for Warner. Good deflection there, forcing Keller out deep. Now Mays attacks and Mays scores. Mays has been great today as well for Coach Behringer. He's got 15 in the game. Nobody picking up the ball. That was terrible defense, and Thurman with the putback and one. So a really bad sequence there for Montreat, who just went napping defensively. And an opportunity for an and one here as the lead is down to 9. Caleb Thurman back at the line. Was that the official that am I the only one who heard quit talking and get the sub in? So, I've never heard that before. So 11 now for Thurman. I think that was the official. I don't know. Here's Manganiello. Manganiello hesitates, attacks, gets around his man, and scores. What a move. Aiken Shannon got beat there. Bayon into the forecourt. Bayon gets a screen. Now swings it over. Thurman for 3. Rainbow shot is good. Says hello to the home crowd. Thurman up to 14, and it's a 7-point game. Pioneers right back in it. We saw this in our first game. The women's team in the third quarter of their game really made a push to get back in it, and then Reinhardt put the clamps down. So if you're Spartanburg Methodist, part of the problem getting down double figures is you really expend a lot of energy. But when you're talking about NAIA basketball, it's not like D1 basketball where they play so slow and the possessions are so limited. Here, we're going up and down. So 15-point lead is really, not much of anything when you're playing fast. Bam put the moves on. Some nasty moves. Couldn't get the bucket, though. So Manganiello looking for Keller. Now has to settle for Carson. Back to Manganiello. Manganiello fell down, lost it out of bounds. Might have been looking for a whistle there, but it'll be Pioneers basketball. Season opener for Montreat. They went 14-15 a season ago. We're 2 games under 500 in conference play. And, of course, Spartanburg Methodist, their first year in the NAIA, as this athletic department becomes a 4-year institution. Losing their season opener on the road down in Columbia against the Koalas, 78-76. Nail-biter. Rojas, good first half. Gets it out. Aiken Shannon for 3, swishes it through. The lead is 4. Aiken Shannon's first bucket. He was not a high scorer last year in the NJCAA, but I remember him. That's a nice make there by Mays. Good defense there by Spartanburg Methodist. But, yeah, Aiken Shannon, he's a real good player hanging around as the Pioneers make this transition. We got a timeout. It's going to be a full timeout, so we're going to go away. We'll be back here in just a moment. 16:41 left to go in the game. Chris Shima, glad to be back with you as Spartanburg Methodist climbing back from 15 down. They cut it to 4. Now it's up to a 6-point lead for the Montreat Cavaliers. You might be wondering if you were, if you were watching last year. I was with you for the Region 10 tournament. Or if you're one of those other players, fans, family, whoever, what's the difference between the NAIA and the NJCAA in terms of athletic competition? Where are they at on the pyramid? And it's really tricky to say because, you look at, like I was talking about in the first half with the Florida junior colleges. I mean, they're almost D1 teams up there. So it kind of depends in the NJCAA, who can compete with who in terms of what kind of team do you have. It's very imbalanced. There's a lot of really, really high-quality kids in the NJCAA. And then there's some teams that, don't have quite as many resources in the NJCAA. But typically, there's not a whole lot of difference between NJCAA and NAIA in terms of athletic competition. Now, the recruiting is different. But that's going to be a 3. I thought that was going to go down, but it's no good out of the timeout. Pretty much once you get past the Power 5 in D1, everybody's pretty competitive. Like, there's D1 guys on this court. There's plenty of guys. We talked about Gregory, who's a D1 guy, as Burns gets the layup to go. Gregory played at East Tennessee. He could have stayed at East Tennessee if he wanted. You look at this Keller kid. He could play D1, get out there and trigger those triples. So it's really hard when you're talking about athletic competition and you're wondering, okay, is the NJCAA better or worse than the NAI? The answer is it's all about even once you get past the Power 5 schools. And then next up is, the mid-major D1s. But when you talk about D2, NAIA, NJCAA, to me at least, this is just my opinion, those 3 are pretty much on par. You go down to D3 where there aren't athletic scholarships, and okay, maybe it trails off a little bit, but even D3 teams, there's a lot of really good teams in D3. We're in a media timeout. I'm the media. I don't want a timeout. Let's keep talking about this. In fact, I'm reading this book about all of these guys who went to these D3 schools who are basically like running the MBA and have been for years. And it goes back even to the 50s before the NCAA had divisions, when it was just small colleges, basically. But, even back to guys like Hubie Brown was a small college guy. Mike Fratello was a small college guy. And then, the guys who are in charge of the NBA now, Mike Budenholzer is a small college guy. Frank Vogel, small college guy. So there is a tremendous amount of basketball talent on the court, but also extremely high IQ guys off the court in the NAIA, in the NJCAA, D2, D3, all of it. It's all a very interconnected world. And it's one of my favorite things, and it's people always ask me when I tell them, I'm a sports broadcaster, well, do you have a favorite sport? And most sports broadcasters will say they don't. I do. It's basketball. Basketball is such a family environment. Like, I've known AB for, like I said, 12 years. And I knew him through these people, and then those people know these people, and for some reason, everybody in North Carolina's got Chris Paul's phone number on their cell phone. It's true, they do. It's really an interconnected family. As the first free throw goes by Mays. So Mays now is up to 18 points. Chance to make it a 6-point lead as we're back to live action. But it's just really interesting to see these levels and to have that conversation. And it's something the general public might wonder, well, yeah, who's better, who's worse? And it's really complicated. You have NAIA schools who are really, really struggling. And then you have NAIA schools who are doing really, really well. Like Reinhardt's a perfect example. We saw their women's team earlier. That's an athletic department that knows what it's doing, And not everybody does at this level, but they do. And Montreat does, and Spartanburg Methodist does. But, it's really, It's also, I think, has to do with a little bit of the region, too. When you talk about basketball in the Carolinas, I mean, there's so much good talent in the Carolinas. You know, not all those guys can go D1. There's not enough room for them all. Let me see if we can do a little bit better with the sound. Let's see what I got here. All right, the gym sound should sound a little better to you. I hope it does. Everybody, y'all are quiet on the YouTube chat, by the way. You can chime in if you'd like to. You do have to subscribe to the channel, but you should anyways. We got a lot of good content for you coming up. Top of the key, 3 by Mays, in and out. Rebound controlled by Burns. Burns had it poked from behind. His teammates got to help him out there. Bullington comes away with it. Then the layup no good by Carson. So out on the run. Here's Gregory with the layup. Nice bucket in transition. It's a 4-point game again. This is as close as the Pioneers have been able to get it since being down 15. Can they get a stop here? Screen there, Mays, now Gregory on him. So he goes to Carson. Nice fake there by Moore, but he made it more difficult than it needed to be there. He could have probably taken a better, easier shot there. Tried for the reverse. Might have felt he was in an awkward angle. I don't know. I'm not on the court with him, but a mistake there for Montreat nonetheless. Pioneers will try to capitalize. Aiken Shannon into the front court now for Spartanburg Methodist. They're looking in for Gregory. Is that going to be a foul on Bullington? And it'll be the 3rd team foul on Montreat. Montreat will take on Mac U in Elizabeth City. That's an interesting gym. It's in the back of a church. And, yeah, not a lot of room there. I used to call games there back when I lived in Kitty Hawk in 2012. Bay on attacks. Good to see him getting aggressive. And it's a 2-point game. We still got 14 minutes left to go. This is a brand new game. Nice fight here by the Pioneers. Great halftime adjustments, Blake Jackson. The fadeaway, Carson comes up short. Bayon throws it ahead, looking for Gregory, and just too much on it. Opportunity to tie there goes wanting. Looks like Rojas is coming out of the game. Set the 5 for you here in just a moment. So Bullington, Thornton, and Moore in the backcourt. Baskerville in the game for Montreat, as well as, did I say Thornton already? Who am I missing? I think I got everybody. Baskerville with the fake. Can't get it to go. Nice rebound there by Bayon again. Throws it ahead. Here is Burns. Yes! And we are tied at 66. Burns has 8. 13 minutes left to go. Spartanburg Methodist has come from 15 back. Scoop is short by Bullington. Pioneers can take the lead here. They got numbers. The flip, the bank, no. Gregory, yes! Spartanburg leads. Gregory's got 15. 68-66 Pioneers. What a comeback. Bullington came off the bench in the first half, hit 3 3-pointers. He's been quiet here in the second half. 4 shot there. Throw ahead, beautiful pass. Layup is good by Bayon. What a dime, and the run continues for the Pioneers. Timeout, Cavaliers. 12-14 left to go. Spartanburg Methodist making those halftime adjustments, and they push it out to a 4-point lead. We'll be back. Welcome back, everybody. I'm trying to coordinate the instant replay and everything, so don't mind me if I just go quiet for a minute here. But Spartanburg Methodist has tied this bad boy up and then taken a 4-point lead, 70-66. So AB's got Keller back in the game. Here's a deep three by Thornton, and it goes. Wow, Thornton's first bucket is a statement piece. Xavier Thornton for three, and it's a 1-point game. Inside 12 minutes to play here in this one. Hiroshima, glad to be with you. It's been a barn burner. Bayon from downtown. He scores. Spartanburg can't miss right now. Bayon with a dozen. Bullington, Thornton. Thornton steps left, fires the three. Can't get it to go. Offensive rebound. Baskerville. Pull. He does it again. Off the bench, cold as ice. Keller cannot be contained. He's up to how many? I'm losing count. 28 points for Keller. Attacking is Burns. Hangs can't score. Rebound controlled by Moore. Chance for Montreat to go back on top now. And then that was a forced shot. I know AB, he's not going to be happy with that possession. You can get that kind of shot anytime you want. Anytime you want. Bullington goes out of the game as Manganiello comes in for Montreat. Some changes. Rojas back in for Spartanburg Methodist. Gray. Bayon stays out there. So does Thurman. And Teasley in the game. Bayon on the switch, attacks. Can't score. Offensive rebound, swatted away. Gray tried for the putback. Keller into the forecourt. Pick him up right there. Pick him up right there. Smart defense there by Gray. Now the baseline attack and the layup is good. Montreat goes back up by 1. Thornton with 5 quick points for the Cavs. Bayon out deep. Bayon starting to cook. Here's Rojas. Had it poked away. Great defense there by Thornton. One-on-one, Thornton gets around his man, and Thornton's got 7 quick points in a hurry inside the midway point here in the second half. And it's a 3-point lead for Montreat again. Off 1 foot, the little hop step bucket is good. Bayon's got 14. Manganiello left of the lane to the cutter, Moore. Moore puts it up and in. Back and forth we go. Moore second field goal. 78-75. High scoring affair in the home opener. Rojas, ooh, he slipped. It's going to be a foul, or is that going to be a travel? Oh, Montreat's not going to like that if it's a foul. I think Moore might have got him, though. And if Moore had just kind of backed away, it would have been a travel because Rojas slipped. There's some Cavs fans. You can probably hear them on the live stream calling for travel, but unfortunately, just a little bit of that contact there. AB's not happy with it. All right, timeout. We'll step aside. 9:17 left to go. We're coming back here in just a moment. By the way, if you do follow me on my social medias, after every victory for Spartanburg Methodist, you'll see highlights like these as Gregory got out in transition. Spartanburg Methodist coming back. Trailing right now by 3, though. They came from 15 down, took a 4-point lead. Now back down by 3. Bayon ties it up, though. 78 all. Bayon can't be stopped here in the second half. He's up to 17 points. I mentioned he had a quiet first half. Over 2 defenders. Mays couldn't get it to go. Offensive rebound, put back no good. Baskerville, no again, and finally a whistle. What a second half performance this has been by Spartanburg Methodist and Brian Bam. He had 3 points at halftime. He's up to 17, 14 points. So Baskerville going to the free throw line. Let's take another look at that 3 here if we get a chance to do it. First free throw is good. Let's run that bad boy back. So Baskerville up to 3 points, but look at this 3. Baskerville gets them both. Montreat back on top, 80-78. Chris Shima, glad to be with you from the home studio in Cleveland, Ohio. You and I watching the Montreat Cavaliers, Spartanburg Methodist Pioneers in NAIA basketball. Keller has been crazy today, 28 points. He got the rebound into the forecourt. He's trying not to give the rock up. That's going to be a foul called on Bayon. Yeah, they called it the other way. So you expect that whistle. Both teams now with 4 team fouls with 8:21 left to go. I'm not saying what I said during the first game because I talked about the lack of fouls, and then it was nothing but fouls. That doesn't count. Mays will inbound it. 8:21 left to go. We got more wet spots out on the court. Yeah, these guys are getting up and down so fast. I'm not surprised. I'm not surprised at all. It's a little wet on that court. So Manganiello to inbound. Here's Mays. Now Keller. Rocket down low. Oh, what a swat. Defensive play by Thurman, who's been great offensively as well. Thurman gets it back. Gray back to him. And now Spartanburg Methodist will settle down here. Blake Jackson barking out orders to his team with the shot clock winding down. And I don't know, that possession, sometimes these possessions you could just tell when it's doomed from the start. That was one of them. Under 8 timeout. We got a barn burner here in game number 1. It's been a fun one. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back. 7:53 left to go in this game, and it has been a classic. What a way to start NAIA play if you're Spartanburg Methodist. You play a barn burner down in Columbia on Thursday, lose it by 2, and now come from 15 down, again another double-digit deficit erased to take a 4-point lead. Now Montreat's back up by 2, and we still got 8 more minutes of fun and action for you, so settle in. Oh, Keller had trouble with the pass, a rare mistake here in this one for him. Steal by Burns. Pioneers can tie or take the lead here. Thurman's been great in the second half, so has Bayon. Gray gets a tip pass by Gregory. Boy, what a good passing big man. 3-ball didn't go down, but you love the play. Baskerville cleared some space. That was intelligent basketball by Baskerville as well. Saw that the defense was coming backwards, so he stopped and popped. Cavs by 4. Burns down low to Gregory. Gregory's got a mismatch. He's got to score here. Can't do it. Got the rebound. Got the putback. That's the 3rd time today that Gregory has gotten a putback. Fast play by Mays. He went quick looking for the foul and got a late whistle. 15 foul on the Pioneers. Chris Sheeman, glad to be back with you here at the home studio. Wherever you're watching from, our first broadcast this weekend, we do appreciate it. We've had, so behind the scenes, it's been kind of chaotic. We've had some technical things that, have been, you guys would never know about, but believe me, they've existed today. And it's been kind of cute to, like some of the staff sending me apologies, like, hey, sorry, it's like, man, I can't tell you how many times I've done this with clients, and it's just been a total disaster. And this has been smooth as silk here in our first game. So believe me, folks, things will get better and better. The future is bright. Mays is up to 20 now. He gets 1 out of 2. It's a 3-point game. Teasley swings it out. Gets it back. Pops the 3 off the side iron. It's tipped by Gregory, and then Burns got hit, I believe. You got to let the player land. So is that going to be a foul called or not? If not, it's Montreat's basketball because he was out of bounds. So you're either calling a foul there, and I think it's going to go against Mays. Mays didn't like it, but you have to let the player land. And he did not do that. I also didn't see a foul called, though. Like, they haven't put, okay, so there it is, 15 foul. So it was a foul, and it is a good call. So Gray will inbound it here. Gregory fighting for position down low, makes the extra pass. The 3 is no good, and that's going to be kicked out of bounds off the Pioneers. Starting to get a little physical, a little chippy. Some extra talking down there in this close game. Both of these teams are so hungry. I talked to both coaches, and they both had the same message. Everything that Montreat's been through, these kids are hungry. They're excited to be out there. You can see the joy, but they're both teams hungry for victories. I believe that is Thornton. Can't bank it. Put back, tip in, no good. Throw ahead by Gray is going to be intercepted by Keller. Keller, somebody pick him up, please. Oh, my goodness. Oh, my goodness. Pioneers, what are you doing? You got to pick him up. 31 for Keller. 31. Into the forecourt, Aiken Shannon. 6-point lead now. Aiken Shannon answers back. Big bucket there. Second field goal for Aiken Shannon, both from behind the arc. 1 possession game. Open look for 3 again. This time it's short. Here comes Rojas. Rojas double teamed and it's taken away. Manganiello throws it ahead. Nobody back defensively. Slam dunk Mays. Mays and Keller show here today. Mays is up to 22 points. Keller, as I mentioned, with 31. It's a 5-point game with 5 minutes to go. Aiken Shannon. Off 1 foot, Gregory. My goodness. Gregory with 19. Manganiello dancing. Corner pocket 3 off the mark. 1 possession game now. Opportunity here for your Pioneers to maybe tie it up with a triple. 4:20 to play. Aiken Shannon starting to heat up. Throws a rocket down low. What a pass. Rojas is blocked, looking for the whistle. And again, I think the audio is a little bit behind, so that whistle to us sounded way later than it actually was. So Rojas can make it a 1-point game. 10 points here today. And I believe those are all in the first half for Rojas. They were. So scoreless here in the second half. Till now. Rojas rims it in. He's got a dozen. It's a 1-point game. Here we go. Strap in, everybody. Bullington back out there. Baskerville driving on Ross. So they bring DeAnthony Ross back in. Baskerville scores. He's up to 8 points. 3-point game. Inside 4 to go. Rojas now, Aiken Shannon. Rojas, left of the lane, swings it out to Gray. And Gray is fouled. That's team foul number 7. This is interesting. Both teams went deeper into their bench here. Lawrence Cole, number 30, is in for Montreat. And I think maybe recognizing the media timeout. We'll see if these subs change at all out of this media timeout when we come back. Well, at one point, Spartanburg Methodist was shooting 63% in this second half. They started the second half with a 16-9 run. They trailed by as many as 15 in the first half. And everybody has heated up here in the second half, including Aiken Shannon. We're going to see his 3-ball here. As Spartanburg Methodist has come from behind, but they do still trail by 3. So let's see if we have any changes here. No, everybody's still in. So both teams kind of went deeper into their bench down the stretch here. We'll see how long Gregory stays on the bench. Is Bayon? I don't think Bayon is out there either, so we'll see how long he goes. Some of this could be foul trouble. Front end of the 1-and-1 is good for Gray. Isaac Gray, again, a redshirt a season ago, back in the NJCAA. Can make it a 1-point game again. Spartanburg Methodist came from 15 back to start the second half. They took a 4-point lead. Montreat recovered. They're clinging to a 1-point advantage, 3:35 to go. Baskerville's been aggressive, had it blocked, and called for steps. I think what happened there is he caught his own miss, and he can't do that if it's an air ball. This has been, these first two games, Blake Jackson, man, eat some kale, brother. Take care of that heart. Stay trim. These ones have been barn burners, and they've been exciting. Gray on the wing. Rojas, dozen points today. Rojas backing down. He's got to get out. Burns, shot clock winding down. No. Tip, no. Staying with it. No, again, and finally it's cleaned up by Montreat. Bullington into the front court. Here is Keller, the scoop. No, I can't believe he missed one. Back in transition, what an outlet, and the layup by Burns. Pioneers lead it again. 2:37 left to go in the game. 91-90. Welcome to the NAIA Spartanburg Methodist. Holy cow. Baskerville left of the lane. Bullington swings it back to him for three. Yes! What a bucket. Baskerville with 11. Montreat by 2. 2:09 to go. Unreal. Ross now. Here is Rojas. Rojas blows by one man, makes the extra pass. Ross puts it up and in. Tie ball game. $93. Let's just make it first to 100. How about it? Keller attacks. He's not missing twice, ladies and gentlemen. And one. Keller has 33 points here today. Both teams now are in the bonus over the final 98 seconds. Host of subs ready to come into the game. Hey, both teams, the benches did a great job there buying the starters a couple extra minutes. Now starters return refreshed. Barnwell, Manganiello. Back in the game, Thornton stays out there. Mays and Keller, that's the five right now for Montreat. Thurman back in the game. Aiken Shannon, Bayon, Gregory. Keller with 34. I've run out of room on my notes. Burns stays out there, so that's the five for Spartanburg Methodist. 3-point game. Aiken Shannon running the point. Gets a screen, takes it top of the key. Goes behind his back into the lane. Aiken Shannon cut off. Rojas far side. The reverse. It's Burns, not Rojas, and Burns can tie it. That's the 8th team foul on Montreat. I think Burns. Yeah, 14 for Burns here today. Misses it. Still a 1-point lead for the Cavs. 1 minute left to go in this one. How y'all doing at home? Are you on your edge of your seats yet? I know I am. I'm ready to stand up. Baskerville. Keller, got to stay on him. Keller attacks. Gregory meets him. And it's going off the Pioneers. That's kind of what happens when your big guy has to come and help out. either it often leads to a second chance opportunity. Somebody is not in position for a rebound or a deflection. So Cavaliers will get another crack at it here with 49.5. Extra possession, Manganiello. Boy, how about Burns? We've talked about his offense. He's had to contend with Keller most of today as well. Not an easy ask. Keller sets a screen now. Manganiello attacks, and he will score. What a play there by Keller and Manganiello hooking up. And it's a 3-point lead, 29.6. Now, technically, if you're the Pioneers, you can run this down if you want to. Full court press is on for Montreat. But we'll see how they choose to play it. I think there's still a few more possessions to go. Try to get a bucket here, play the foul game. So yeah, Montreat pressing a little bit, but now they back off. So let's see what the Pioneers have in store for us. Aiken Shannon being hounded. Bayon's been hot in the second half. He fires a three, no good. Offensive rebound. Extra chance at it. Here is Burns. Yes, we are tied. Tied at 98. 6 seconds to go. Got to get it out of his hands. They let him shoot. Oh, and he missed. Missed it with 0.6 of a second. I believe we are heading towards overtime. We'll see. 0.6 is enough time for a catch and shoot, but Pioneers got to figure out a way to get it into the front court. At least right now, no timeout being called. And now they'll call a timeout. No timeout. Okay, gonna play this out. 98 apiece here in regulation. Bayon fires it. It comes up short. The clock never started, but that should do it. We will head to overtime. 40 minutes is not enough of this one. We get 5 more minutes of Montreat and Spartanburg Methodist coming up here in just a moment. We are about ready to start overtime, and this is the reason why. Freshman DeAnthony Ross, one of 8 freshmen brought in this season, ties it at 98 near the end of regulation. Jack Keller did get a look. It was from the logo, but he's been hitting plenty of those. And now overtime to come. Tied at 98. And a turnover starts overtime, and Montreat scores the first bucket. So Thornton scores. He's up to 9 points. And a foul going to be called. That'll send Bayon to the line. And again, those of you who might just be joining us, if you're hearing the whistle a little bit late, it's because the audio at the gym is slightly behind. But into regulation, 34 points, Jack Keller. Jordan Mays with 22 points. Montreat shooting 49% from the game. Spartanburg Methodist, 53% shooting in the game, 57% in the second half. Pioneers have 6 players in double figures, including this man, Bayon, who now has 19 points. And we are tied for the umpteenth time at 100. Chris Sheeman, glad to be with you. This has been fun. These two teams playing their hearts out. Both teams dealing with adversity due to Helene. More so for Montreat, of course. Ooh, hard fall there, and a foul going to be called on Spartanburg Methodist. Both teams in the bonus. Fouls from the second half carry over here to overtime. So Moore will go to the line. Chris Moore, transfer from Peninsula College. He's a senior. Front end is no good. Oh, it's a 2-shot foul. Not a 1-and-1. Not a 1-and-1, so it's a 2-shot foul. Anthony Behringer's brought in a lot of guys who have transferred from other schools who didn't get a lot of run, and you can tell the hunger in them. Ross, who hit the tying 3, comes back in for Blake Jackson's team. Free throws are no good. So Pioneers can take the lead here a minute into overtime. Aiken Shannon up top. Gregory out there with Ross. Bayon, Burns. Gregory's fouled down low. I believe it's on Baskerville. Gregory, what a second half. He's up to 19 points, and he's stuck on it right now. Still a chance to give his team the lead. If you're just joining us, Montreat led by as many as 15 in the first half. Halftime adjustments by Spartanburg Methodist helped them go on a run. And the Pioneers now lead. They led by as many as 4 in the second half. Thornton catch and shoot. Off the back rim. Skying for the rebound. What a play there by Moore. Good hustle there by Chris Moore. Telling you. You kids who didn't get run at these other schools coming in hungry to Montreat. Chris Moore, prime example of that so far here in overtime. Burns backs it out deep now, trailing by 1. Gregory trying to set a screen. They want the mismatch. They get it. Gregory, oh, the extra pass. Nice fake there by Ross, and the foul. That was beautiful offense all around. Unselfish basketball. And what a job late here in this game by DeAnthony Ross, the local product. So Ross toes the line, can't get the free throw. Pioneers, I was going to say, got to get back here. They do. Manganiello now, top of the key, it's Thornton. Inside 3 to go here in overtime. That's Thornton attacking. He gets into double figures with 11. Bayon. 100 miles an hour for Bayon and 1. Back and forth we go. Bayon over 20. Now he's got 21 points. Chance to make it 22. Two-point lead for Spartanburg Methodist. And Manganiello calls for time. 2:41 left to go here in overtime. A classic here at Spartanburg Methodist between the Pioneers and Cavaliers. We'll take a break, come back here in just a bit. Just about set to get back to live action at Spartanburg Methodist College. Welcome to the NAIA, folks. This has been wild. Nice backdoor cut. Slam dunk by Moore. We got a tie ball game. NAIA founded in part by Dr. James Naismith, the inventor of basketball, and he would have loved today's game. He would have been bewildered by it, but he would have loved it. Bayon, yes! The lead again! Bayon cannot be stopped. He has got 25 now in the game. That hanging shot is no good, and then a whistle. Ross with the foul. Somebody got teed up, I think. I was looking at my notes. I missed it. That is not what you want if it did happen in overtime in this kind of a game. Or did they call a flagrant? Might just be a timeout. So we got a timeout. Let me try to give you these numbers here and see what I could piece together from what I have at the end of regulation. So I mentioned Spartanburg Methodist now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 players in double figures. Gregory has 20. Burns, boy, my notes are all over the place at various points. I have Burns with, he's got 12, I believe. Aiken Shannon has 10. Thurman with 14 points. Rojas has a dozen. Bayon, I mentioned him. He has 25 points. And, of course, for Montreat, 4 players in double figures, but it's been the Keller and Mays show as Keller has 34 points and Mays has 22 points. They called a flagrant 2 on Ross. That is a huge call. 2 shots in the basketball for Montreat. Oh, wow, that's hard. That is a hard one to swallow if you're a Pioneers fan, but gotta watch out what you're doing around the head area. Thornton can't make it. Where's Rasheed Wallace? Let's see if Thornton can get 1 out of 2 here. He does. Uh-oh. I'm getting some kind of a weird error here. Let me just pray to God that this stream holds together for us. Oh, we just lost the feed. I can't believe it. Folks, I think we lost the feed. All right, folks, I got to go away so we can get this back. Give me 1 second here.